Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool wooden wall crank telephone. It's a Kellogg. This is Milton's equipment from Florida. And this is the initial checkout of this really cool wooden wall crank telephone. And we want to run through a little bit about what needs to be done on this unit. We're going to be doing a complete conversion, and we're also going to be adding a keypad in the battery box area so that it can dial out. Now, we want to go through our receiver capsule. This is going to be upgraded. We also want to troubleshoot our cloth cord. It has a few issues with the cloth cord, but we're going to try to use it since it's original to this telephone, and it's probably been with it for a long time. Now we also want to upgrade our transmitter, and we're going to take care of that situation. We're also going to add a plug so that our transmitter can be removed from the telephone for shipping purposes, and also if it's ever worked on, like the body of the telephone. And so it will be removable, and it will be upgraded like we mentioned earlier. Now we also want to go through the magneto. We want to make sure that that's in working condition. When you crank the crank and turn the magneto, we want to make sure that the magneto is producing voltage so that we can ring the bells. Now we also want to go through the solenoids for the bells, and I'm sure the bells will need to be adjusted also. We're going to install a circuit in this telephone so that you can walk up to the telephone and crank the crank and ring the original bells, but not backfeed any voltage into the telephone line. But yet when you get a call, the original bells will ring. We mentioned earlier that we were going to install a keypad, so that has to be wired into this unit. We also need to go through the wiring. We need to wire this telephone the way we want it wired to work the way we want it to work. We also want to go through the hook switch. We want to make sure that that is cleaned and adjusted and working properly. So we have a lot of work that we need to do with this telephone and the conversion, and we're going to get a start on that. Now we're going to do some still pictures. We'll come back and get some more video of this really cool Kellogg wooden wall crank telephone. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the repair and conversion of this really cool Kellogg wooden wall crank telephone, and we're ready to start our final checkout. But we also want to go through a little bit about what went on with this telephone. Now, the original cloth cord that we wanted to try to save turned out to be bad, so the cloth cord was replaced. The receiver capsule was upgraded. We also upgraded the transmitter with an electronic amplified transmitter that we design and build here at the shop. And in the old days, they would have had to get right up on the spit cup and speak right into the transmitter for anyone to hear you. And now it's almost like a speakerphone. The electronic amplified transmitters are very sensitive. They have a high quality transmit power, and you can stand back away from the telephone. You don't have to get right up on the spit cup any longer, and you will be heard. It's almost like a speakerphone. We also went through the solenoids for the bells. They were adjusted. The solenoid was gone through. We also went through the magneto. We made sure that the magneto was producing electric so that the bells would ring. We had to rewire this unit the way we wanted it wired to work the way we wanted it to work. We also had to add wiring. We installed a plug for the transmitter, and that can be removed. And we're going to show some still pictures of that work and the plug. So you can remove the transmitter if you ever need to do anything to the telephone and for shipping purposes. We also installed a modular line port, and that way you can simply bring in any length line cord, any color that you choose, and plug right into the modular line port. Makes for a simple, easy plug and play connection. We also installed a circuit that we design and build at the shop here that allows you to walk up to this telephone, crank the crank, and ring the original bells, but not backfeed any voltage into the telephone line, and yet when you get a call, the original bells will ring. We also installed a keypad in the battery box area, and we're going to do some still pictures of some of the work that went on. So a little bit of everything has been done to this telephone. Everything's been gone through and everything's been taken care of. So all the issues are resolved. What we want to do is we want to use the magneto, and we're going to crank it and ring the original bells. So we'll go ahead and start that. We also want to use the analyzer and send a ring cycle like you were getting a call and ring the original bells. We're going to let that go a few times. I'll let it go one more time and we'll give you some dial tone. Now what we want to do is tap the hook switch and take the dial tone away from the analyzer. And we're going to go ahead and transmit. If you watch that red light on the analyzer, and I'm standing pretty far back away from this telephone, and every time you see that red light light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So we have plenty of transmit power. We have our receive. Now what we want to do is go ahead and open the telephone up, and we're going to make a phone call. We'll call a time and temp number. So we'll go ahead and open our unit up and we'll be right back. Okay, we're ready to make that phone call. Now we also want to mention our amplified pickup. We use this in troubleshooting, repairing, and on our final checkouts. It's amplified so you can hear the audio from a receiver. And I have an amplifier back by the video. It has a button on it. I can push that button and give dial tone or take it away at any time. And since it's an open amplifier, it is prone to any static interference or humming in the atmosphere, any type of noise. And we do have some noise in the atmosphere today. I'm going to go ahead and push the button on the amplifier, and you will probably hear kind of an electrical hum. I'm going to release the button, push it one more time. So if you hear any noise during the checkout, it will be coming from the amplifier and not the telephone. So we'll go ahead and give you some dial tone. And we'll make that call.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, October 13th. The time is 10:06. Current temperature 52 degrees.
Mostly cloudy today, then clearing, highs in the lower 60s. Partly cloudy this evening, then becoming mostly cloudy with lows in the mid-40s. Mostly cloudy on Friday, then becoming partly sunny, highs in the upper 60s.
Hang up. Give you some dial tone. We'll call my number and it'll be busy. Make that call. Go ahead and hang our receiver capsule up. Now that we know that this really cool Kellogg wooden wall crank telephone has been repaired and converted, we can return it to Milton and he can enjoy this telephone. I'm sure it's going to look great no matter where it's used. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching and have a great day.